I started taking martial arts in 1988, but I started teaching in 1992. And I first knew I wanted to do martial arts after the first class that I taught. I think what really drew me to the martial arts is the ability to touch lives.
My daughter's an orange belt, and my son is a black belt in the Little Dragons program.
He was 4 in the Little Dragons program.
My son Gregory is 8 and he's an orange belt, and my daughter is 6 and she's in Little Dragons.
We have 2 kids in the program. My oldest one is 10 years old and he is a first Q brown belt. And my youngest is 5 and he is in the Little Dragons program.
She started at 5 in the Little Dragons program.
I started taking martial arts in 1988 under the tutelage of my instructor, Mr. Ronald Berner. At that time, the studio name was called Western Masters Karate System. And I started because my sister, who was 6 at the time, wanted to start taking martial arts. She wanted to take over the world Karate Kid style, and I figured if I didn't learn what she was learning, she could kick my butt all over the place.
I just heard about the program through word of mouth, that it was really good program to have your children in, and I started my son at that time, and it was something that he really enjoyed.
For him to learn responsibility and respect. We heard Kickmasters was great for that.
We were introduced through a friend who was taking their black belt exam, and we came to watch it, and she thought it would be interesting, so we just signed her up for it, and she thoroughly enjoyed it.
Actually, my oldest one, we saw the program up at the mall, and they were doing a demonstration, and he really liked it. He thought it was really neat on how well the students were performing and some of the, so to say, tricks they could do. And he liked that, and he got involved that way.
I wanted them to have something that was an individual sport, something that if they were going to achieve, it was based on what they did, not based on a team.
I think karate does a great job of combining both the physical and the mental. You know, karate's more than just kicking and punching. It's a complete overhaul of body, mind, and spirit. I think parents of kids, they really want to feel connected, and I think martial arts and what we do at Kickmasters really does that.
I wanted him to have some sort of physical activity, like an outlet for that, and to learn to be respectful and to have some sort of self-discipline. Thought it was important.
We really didn't know what to expect because we were new at karate too, but we saw that it was going to give him a good foundation for learning and agility and fitness and stuff like that. So we saw that that was going to come through as he was learning.
Just something to get my kid into, to have fun.
That he would learn how to be respectful and responsible.
I went into it with my eyes wide open. I wanted them to build their self-confidence, that's for sure, and have fun, and they have done both of those.
I think the most important reason that Kickmasters is thriving as a business is the passion. We have passion in every class that we teach, every program that we launch. Anything from how our students interact with the instructors, how our instructors really take the time to get to know the students. They're not just numbers, they're not just kids that come on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're really part of our family. And that translates into a fantastic atmosphere to learn and to really grow as people.
He's actually exceeded the expectations we had.
Both of them are more sure of themselves, they know how to carry themselves. They're actually more polite. Mr. Rando stresses saying yes ma'am, no sir. They do that. They, when I ask them to do something, they are more inclined to do it.
It has definitely filled the void for us in our family and program. It's done a very great job with that.
It's taught him to be respectful of others, and it's taught him how to be self-disciplined and to take care of himself a lot better and be more independent.
When I started in 1988, the name of the business was Western Masters Karate System. In 1992, my instructor broke free from Western Masters and created Kickmasters Karate. Coincidentally, I happened to receive my black belt that year. 9 years later, he turned the business over to me and a partner. In 2005, I took sole ownership of the business, and we moved to our current location in Clariesville, an 8,000 square foot facility, one of the largest open space martial arts schools in the country.
Come and watch a class with your child and let them see it and experience it.
Do it, try it. It's not going to hurt to try it, and you're not going to be disappointed. We've always stepped back, and every now and then we just step back and review what we are doing in our life, and when it comes to Kickmasters and karate, we always step back and say, we're happy.
Class size really is determined by the age of the child. Little Dragons, ages 4 through 6. The instructor-to-student ratio is about 1 to 5.
They're not afraid to get up in front of the class. Mr. Rando has done that. Every child gets up in front of the class periodically. They are more respectful. Self-worth, I think it's raised their self-worth. They have something that they're attached to that they can identify with.
They've learned that health and fitness is an important part of life. Caring, kindness, all around great kid. They've learned how to work harder. They've learned that responsibility is a major role in their lives and in worldly life for getting things done.
Probably learning to be a little more independent and not depend on other people to do the things that you want to do. Building confidence and just having fun.
Most overnight sensations that people think of didn't happen overnight, and Kickmasters is one of those cases. When I first took over the business, I was teaching most of the classes. There was a staff of maybe 5 adult instructors, a handful of juniors, and we've really developed it into something that is really remarkable, something that's fantastic, something that touches not only the lives of small students ages 4 through 6, but also older students as well.
I mean, karate, you thought kicking, punching, jumping around. And now we've learned it's respect, responsibility, focusing.
Energy and intensity.
In the martial arts, things are always evolving, things are always changing. And we take a lot of great pride in knowing that we're doing some of the same things, the same classes, the same programs that some of the leaders in our industry and the entire world are doing in their programs. You know, people like Dave Kovar out in California, people like Ernie Reyes Jr., Ernie Reyes Sr., Tom Kalos. All of these guys are the industry leaders. We compare our studio to their studio, and we want to do some of the same things that they're doing. We take a lot of pride in knowing that we evolve with the changes that the martial arts is throwing out there.
The ability to only depend on herself, to not worry about what other people are doing as to whether she's going to do it as well. To just gain a little bit of confidence and be comfortable getting up and trying new things.
Focus, being determined in whatever they do in life, being a leader. It's a great program to help them become good leaders and good learners, good listeners. A lot of good memory skills for down the road. A lot of good things in life for them. You know, we've already seen that with our oldest one in school. We think it's helped him a lot in school for his learning skills and memory, fitness. I think it helps a lot for the future.
It's taught them the confidence to get up in front of people, to volunteer, you know, raise their hand when he asks a question.
It's taught them discipline, how to stay focused, and he's learned to prioritize, and he knows what to do, what's important and what's not important, and what order to do it.
It's given my kids probably knowledge about what bullies are and how to protect themselves, not just physically, but mentally as well. To know how to be confident in themselves.
It really concentrates on building confident leaders, kickstarting confident leaders. You know, we instill qualities like leadership, integrity, discipline, something that kids are really lacking these days. You know, a lot of times they don't get it at school, they don't get it at home, and we feel that we can go ahead and provide that here. It gives them another outlet, a creative outlet to go ahead and have some fun, and at the same time, learning something. We call that edutainment, the ability to educate while you entertain. We do character development here that is unlike any other sport, any other activity in this area. It's like any other activity. You don't know if you're going to like it until you try it. Our program is very user-friendly. We allow new students to come in, to watch class, to take classes for free, to make sure this is something that you want to do. Karate is life-changing. It's life-altering. And it's something that everybody can participate in some fashion or another. If you can't do a push-up, if you don't know right from left, if you haven't worked out in 10 years, that doesn't matter here. Everybody's treated as an equal, and everybody gets playing time. So there's no sitting the bench, there's no first string and second string. You are the first string. They get a chance to come in and really try to see what they're made of.